What's up, everybody? Just got back from PBX like a week or so ago. It was crazy. I was unable to walk around the floor as much as I wanted to. But the one thing that really stood out to me, as you guys have probably all seen on the chatter, on the Facebook groups, are these cool trading cards. There are a few different companies that were making them. I saw Photomaster making them, LA Photo Party, Picture AI was also making these, and they're all great outputs. One of the things that I think we're all struggling with is the fact that the cutting process, it's kind of laborious. So I'm going to show you a process that I figured out after I got back without having to use any paper cutters like this or any paper cutters like this. Really simple. You've got to just do some configurations to make it happen, but we can print on the spot without having to use any paper to make these cards. I'm going to show you how I do it. As I mentioned before, there are a bunch of different softwares and apps that can enable you to make these trading cards. I am most familiar with Curator. I've been using it for a long time. I do plan on testing out the other softwares too, because they're all unique and they all have different functionality, which have pluses and minuses for your particular event and activation that you may be doing. So I'm just using Curator because it was the first thing, closest thing that I had to try and test this out. Most importantly was try to figure out a way to print these without having to do any cutting. So that's why I chose Curator for this demonstration here. I am utilizing the DNP 620A because it allows you to use 5x7 media. And if you cut 5x7 in half, that gives you the dimensions of a trading card. So that's why we're using that. And I'm actually using the metallic finish on these because it has a real nice sheen and gives that card a really quality premium look to it. So we're using the Curator print server here on a laptop that is receiving the images from the Max Design Curve Duo, which is the photo boost that I like to use. I love them. So I've got the Max Design Curve Duo. I've got the Curator software on my iPad over there. It shoots the images over to the laptop, which then conveys that information over to the printer, and the printer is going to print out my cards. All right, the first thing that we need to do before we do anything else with the Curator print server is make sure our laptop is actually configured with the 620A to print and cut the right size. So I'm going to trick this out a little bit. So when you've got your 620A hooked up to your laptop, essentially what you want to do is you want to find your printer settings. So I'm going to go into the search bar. I got printers. Let's see here, right there. You go to printers and scanners in the system, and then you want to find your printer, which is this DNP 620A. I'm going to click on that. Then you want to go to printing preferences. Now this may be different on different laptops, but essentially you're trying to get to the back end of the printer settings, and you're going to click advanced. And now, as you can see, the 620A has a 5x7 paper size automatically chosen. And you see it doesn't do a 2-inch cut because there's no 2-inch cuts in a 5x7. So if you didn't know, you can go into the paper size and select 5 by 3.5, the aha moment there. We're going to hit OK. Hit OK one more time. We're going to get out of there, and we're going to print. Okay, we've got the Max Design Curve Duo set up, and I've got Curator on there. We've got the Curator print server over here, which is right over there. And we're going to go ahead and go through a session here. Now, this is a design I did just to pitch the client. We won the contract. So I'm going to hit trading card. You got your photo button, and then you've got your gallery in case people forget to print out or text. They can always go back and get the images. We're going to go in here, and we're going to start the first session. 3, 2, 1. Second picture. 3, 2, 1. All right, and there is the card. But guess what? There's one other thing that we don't like, and that is we want to do a background removal, which we can do. So that was if you had they're going to have a car at this event, and just in case you want to do background removal, you could do anything. You could do, baseball field, you could do a golf course, all types of things. This is the magic green screen. So let's go ahead and do this one. 3, 2, 1. I'll back up a little bit. You got to know the dimensions of your card to get these posed just right. And as you can see there, we got it done. Now, another cool thing about Curator, which I don't know if any other software has yet, got to play with them all, is the ability to draw on it. So what if you wanted to do an autograph on the card? So let's take let's go with yellow, and let's pretend like I autographed the card. Kind of interesting. Not that I would want to do that. Let's clear that. Let's put it over here. Maybe you had an autograph section. All right, let's do it in red. Hit continue. So now I've got an autographed sports card, and let's go ahead and print that, which is now sent over here. And we've got a sports card that's autographed, and I would just fold this in half and then put this into the case. All right, once again, here's the card that I printed out. Looks like that. Essentially, you just want to fold that in half. Really simple. So I'm going to find that edge. Now, you might want to get a better setup than what I'm using here. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I line it up, and I'm going to just fold this in half like so. Again, there's better ways to do this, to line it up to get it just right. And as you can see, we now have a really nice card that then you just open up the case, you put it in, and you end up with something like this. And I've got a little hologram sticker that I put on it. I'll clean this up, but you get the idea. It's pretty simple. So here I am. I'm in my office. I had to move cameras because I want to show you guys how to use Curator to get those dimensions just right. Before we do, if you guys could just like and subscribe this. I rarely ever ask for this, but it would be nice to see some love back from you guys for all this cool content that we've been giving you. So anyway, let's get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let's go over here. Let's make a big screen. All right. So in the back end of Curator, I've set up my event. Let's go in the very beginning here. I've got an attract screen. You guys know all the stuff. This is the design that I did. Again, it was just a proof. But really, we want to get to the experience screen and create a photo layout. And of course, the gallery, in case people forget to text themselves or print out the picture, we can go back and do that for them. Next, you want to customize the experience. This is where the magic kind of happens, where we're going to get the exact dimensions of the trading card. So in the photo layout is where you do the settings. I like to make sure that the image size is large. We, of course, are going to do printing. And there's that draw on photo feature where you can have somebody autograph the card, which is kind of cool. You don't have to have it, but in the trading card industry, it's common for people to get autographs on trading cards, and you can put a little section on the card where people could autograph and have that as a nice little addition to the experience. So we want to make sure that we're selecting the number of frames here as a custom, because this is where our design will feed the information to know where to put the pictures. And this is also going to give you control over the output. So if I click edit here, now I'm giving you the dimensions of the design. So when you design your layout, your overlay, not a background, but an overlay, the size of that design has got to be 1500 pixels wide by 1050 pixels height, because that's the dimensions of our printout that enables you to fold it in half to the trading card size. So however many photos you want on that is completely up to you. But these coordinates here for photo 1 are based off of me finding the coordinates and the width and height of the photo by actually using Photoshop. I use Photoshop, and that's a training video all by itself. But the pictures that I have on my design were 314 wide by 251 height for the first photo, and the location of where I wanted it to place those photos on the card was 226 by 202. Again, you got to use some kind of tool, whether it be Photoshop or something else, to figure out those coordinates. My second photo, which is actually the front of the card, was 561 pixels wide by 740 pixels high. And these were the coordinates that I had on that card. So once you get these set in there, the right actual size of the print and these coordinates and width and height of the pictures, you're good to go. Then I uploaded my PNG right here. It's my custom design, and that was it. One other thing that you can do, I mean, you can do additional overlays, you can do filters, you can add props to these things. You know, for this particular event, they're going to be doing it at an antique car show. So for, you know, the demonstration purposes for the person I was pitching to, I just put some antique cards behind there that, you know, people could select as the backgrounds, right? So, but before this event starts, this was all going to change. This was just for demonstration purposes for my client. But that's pretty much it. And once you get all those settings done, you can go ahead and move over to your iPad, set up your printer and the printer settings, and you're pretty much good to go for the event. And that's it. So once again, if you guys could just like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. I hope you guys have fun making trading cards. We will be going through, or I will be going through and trying to test out some other softwares. I think Pictor AI is next. And then after that, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll go from there. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you have fun, and we'll see you guys soon.